Welcoming everyone to another episode with the Second Chances. As always, we would like to give thanks to Critical Role for creating the beautiful and wonderful world of Exandria that we get to play in. We'd also like to thank all the artists whose music we use here on the stream, including Reliquary Records, Dungeon Glitch, Critical Role, Hunter Rogertson, and Borislav Slavov. Check out and find all of those over on whatever streaming thing that you like to use. Last time that we left our heroes, they had just wrapped up a quest to find out where Aormatons all across the Menagerie Coast were being kidnapped. They were able to trace it back to Zalus's former home, where they also found that Dr. Fernelius was still alive, but had been used in some pretty evil and messed up experiments by this mad tinkerer in an attempt to make a army of Aormatons that had souls but did not have their own wills. You were able to defeat the mad tinkerer, but Dr. Fernelius was lost in the battle as well, and Leaf took on the new name and identity of Zalus. You then spent about a week as Rosalind got a new arm attached, going about various businesses, finding out what other characters were doing, checking up on some beloved NPCs, friends, and family members. Hermia went to Vasselheim and was finally able to empty the souls from Foamir, and in doing so had found out that her brother Leander had been Foamir this whole time. Given a chance to either keep him in her sword or let him pass on, she allowed him to pass on. Doing so, she became a champion of the Raven. We now return. You guys have just left Ayer's recollection with Amu, who took you back into the Dorel Woods, and you are about to begin your trek from the Dorel Woods to the mountain pass through the Sirios Mountains, and into the Pallid Grove. You did decide to leave your horses with Amu, who was going to take them back to Ayer's recollection for someone to watch for you. So you don't have to worry about any horses getting hurt in the time. So the journey from Zelus's former home to the path leading into the Pallid Grove and through the Sirios Mountains is about a 2 days trip. During this trek, it's going to be pretty easy for all of you to stay out of sight or avoid any major skirmishes. Maeve, you know the area. Zelus, you know the area as well. Given what you know of the area, given your power level here, anything that you were to potentially run into isn't going to pose much of a threat to you.
And this is where Luster saved my life from some coyotes.
Level 1's rough, isn't it?
Yep.
During this trip, however, if there is anything that you would like to accomplish, anyone that you would like to speak with or talk to, anything like that, we're not going to necessarily, role play through every single night and every single watch. But if there is something that you'd like to do during this time, now would be the time to do so.
Roz is going to ask Corey if they would be willing to help her speak with Saris. Roz takes Corey's silence as a definitive no, and dejectedly she returns to camp.
No, Corey comes back running and is like, sorry, I was chewing on something and then I swallowed it and now I'm choking. And it just weakly booped Roz on the forehead. There you go. Sweet dreams.
Yeah.
So it's actually not quite the dream spell that Gil gave you. He gave you access to a different kind of spell that you're not really quite sure how it works, but it's sort of one of those things, when Gil gives you access to spells and gives you new talents and stuff, it's not like wizards, who have to know how to do it through these complex components and stuff like this. It's just something that you sort of inherently understand how to do. So this is a ritual that you have to do during like some downtime. You can't do it as you're walking around. So during the first night, the two of you sit down, and sitting across from Rosalind, you kind of intuit the instructions of this ritual, Corey, and you reach out and you place the tips of your fingers on either side of Rosalind's temples, and you begin to recite what Gil has imparted on you. And anyone who's watching can see this. And as Corey is repeating the phrase, you see this tether of light that appears from the middle of Rosalind's chest. And like smoke off of a flame, kind of twisting and turning in ways that you can't quite predict. It goes up and around for about 2 feet, or just kind of like fades away. Her connection to light. And as Corey continues the ritual, Roz, both you and her begin to feel a consciousness within that tether, and both of your eyes glaze over completely white. And as far as anyone watching can see, they just seem to be meditating. They are completely unaware of any of their surroundings. You snap in front of their face, nothing happens. Tap them on the shoulder, whisper into their ear, completely oblivious to all. But Rosalind and Corey, you two experience something complete. Rosalind, you find yourself... Sorry. You have a bit of a familiarity with where you find yourself. It isn't unlike the dreamscape that you meet Exandria Rosalind and Exandria Saris. It's definitely different. It's not as all-encompassing. It's not as expansive as that world is. It feels more like just a small pocket. And though you can't explain why, there are aspects of it that seem intimately familiar with you. While you've never seen anything here before, it feels in a way like returning to a home you've never known. And in that space, kind of hovering there, unaware of your presence, is Saris. Would you like to describe what Saris looks like, what they would consider to be, I suppose, their normal or their usual form?
Mm-hmm. So where Roz is kind of is bulkier, stronger, larger, Saris is very androgynous, very small and waifish. They've got long blonde hair down to about their shoulder blades. Their eyes are the same color silver that Roz's are. They are, I think, more youthful in appearance, though not childish, but youthful. They carry themselves in a very intelligent manner, where Roz sees the world in terms of theater and heroics and stuff like that. Sarah sees the world in terms of logic.
I will also mention that here, Saris isn't what I would describe as being fully formed in the way that other people are, even when you see them in the dreamscape. They sort of have this aura about them that it almost looks kind of smoky and like it's drifting off of them. And the way they kind of hover in the air here, their feet and legs aren't fully formed. It's like part of them is here, but they haven't fully apparated. And Corey, as you see Roz, you see all of this as well. You are here with Roz at the same time, experiencing this.
So when I cast this spell, like, is this because I fully thought that, like, oh, I'm just sending Raz off to meet
Yep.
with Saris. This is a
Sure.
strange occurrence then?
Yeah, so again, Gil told you that he will teach you something to allow Roz to access this tether. So maybe Corey figured, oh, this will be just like the dream spell. This brought you right along with her.
I look over to Roz and go, what's that?
Roz glances at you. She is speaking a different language, but I think you can probably understand it. As she replies, "That is us."
Saris doesn't currently seem to be aware of your
Presence.
Yeah.
Roz will walk over to Saris and sort of step into their field of vision, see what they can see.
Eyes are currently closed.
Saris.
You feel a pulse, like a heart suddenly within this realm, just sort of all-encompassing, just like
Do we hear?
same, that pulse again. It sounds, it feels like it's responding to your voice. Make an insight check if you'd like to.
Yeah. That's almost as good as Roz can do on insight.
Oh, okay.
19 plus 1 is a 20.
Okay, yeah. Taking a look at Saris in this form, you can tell that they are in a very, very deep concentration right now.
Interesting. Can I intuit that it would be a bad thing to disturb this concentration?
With a 20, you don't think so.
And Roz is going to reach out and place a hand on their shoulder.
So as you do, your hand, it doesn't go through them, but there is an odd sense of, they're not incorporeal, but it's not completely solid to the touch either. But as your hand sort of places there, a ripple of light through them, and that pulse again, this time stronger, ripples throughout this pocket of reality that you're in. Corey, you see it and you feel it as well. Saris's eyes open, and they're just sort of these beams of light that slowly fade until you see their eyes. They look down at you a bit in awe and surprise. They slowly lower from the sort of floating form they were. They still don't quite have full legs and feet, but they still touch down in the same place they would if they did.
Roz smiles. It is good to see us.
Rosalind? They wrap their arms around you and embrace you in this moment.
Yep. Roz hugs them very tightly.
How?
We have been trying to figure that out since we arrived here. We had assumed that, well, our actions must have caused it.
When that portal appeared to take us, something we understood at the time, but we knew that we had to stay connected to family. Didn't know what the consequences would be, or what it would do to our connection.
That was about 3 months ago now. We have maintained a connection with light.
Worked then?
It did.
Doesn't seem 3 months for us. It feels like moments ago.
We're still not entirely sure what this is. It's a genie has granted our friend Corey a spell that has allowed us to connect again.
Saris
You are
turns towards you, Corey. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yeah. Hi, Saris. Rosaurus?
It's fine to refer to us as separate entities. It's easier for
them,
non-Quarry.
Yes, this world, Kalashtar are even rarer in Exandria than they are in Vano. It is a strange thing indeed for them. But
So do we have Quarry and perhaps others to thank for your continued survival?
yes.
Well,
the-
we suppose Light as well has done her part.
We've managed to form a stronger bond with both light and shadow.
Give a genuine smile.
And yes, I have a number of. She does. So if I accidentally slip up and say a singular pronoun, it's always collective, because Corey does not have singular pronouns.
And also, it's not easy to just do on the spot.
Not easy to do on the spot. It's hard. But we have a number of friends that we've made along the way. Maeve and Leo and Zealous and Xana. And we are also dating a girl by the name of Hermia.
You feel another pulse, but this time it comes from you. And Saris kind of... It's like they're accessing memory, the way they kind of like look up to the left. Eladrin.
Don't do it.
They smile and look to Corey. A lot of similarities between Hermia and our mother.
Wait, really?
We do not want to kiss our mother.
Wait.
They hold up their fingers like just a little bit. I can't access all of the memories that you've made. We assume that has something to do with the tether that we have to our world.
Yeah. We are on a quest here. That is what brought us here, a being known as not the architect, the Oracle. The Oracle brought us to this world to assist in preventing an apocalypse, one that would consume this world and every other, including our own.
It's a bit of a step up from fighting Nero on the way to Amethyst Lake.
Well, we never had a doubt. Eventually, right?
Not that there hasn't been road bumps along the way, and she points to your arm.
Oh, yeah. The old one got pulled off.
She seems speechless.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if we don't have access to that memory, don't go digging too hard. We don't want it.
We would probably agree with that.
We don't know what's going to happen when this spell ends. We're kind of terrified, honestly.
She looks to you, Corey. Your patron, your genie made this possible?
Yeah. My Gil is his name, and he noticed that that you were still tethered to Roz, and he was like, "Hey, let me show you something, Corey." And he showed me something. But I'm not really an expert in all this stuff too. Honestly, I wasn't even supposed to be here, so I feel like I'm intruding on something very special, and I do apologize.
No, you don't
Nonsense.
need to feel that way at all. It's a
Um,
pleasure to meet another
but
friend of ours. Sometimes we have difficulty forming those kinds of connections. You don't feel
well,
like this, or your Gil is... He wouldn't give you access to a spell like this if he were good.
can I insight that?
If you want, I mean, how do you feel about it?
I felt very gilly to say. I don't know.
Oh, like you're wondering if this is Gil doing all of this?
Right, because I was like, no person that I've brought Gil up to is immediate besides
So,
Leaf is
essentially,
immediately like,
assa-
what a
No,
great
no.
person this must be.
It's not so much like, oh, he sounds like a great person, but it's more like if he's your patron and he like teaches you things and you trust him, he wouldn't be like, oh, I see a tether to something. Here, I'm gonna give you access to it, but it's gonna break it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't really know what'll happen when we end it here, but if it's like the other spells that I can do, I could maybe do it every now and then. Again, I don't really know, but I'll keep trying. I'll work at it.
We don't believe that it'll change. As Saris looks around, you feel more of that sort of familiarity. This isn't quite the plane of dreams. It's a compilation of our lives and our memories, homes that we've had. Or I think it's maybe something between the world you're in now and our world that we manifested in order to exist as this tether to light.
We exist between both worlds, is what you mean.
And at the same time, within neither, which is probably why our memories between then and now don't exist, and why weren't able to stay in contact with us in your new world.
When this is over, then we will need to return to Vano to fix what has happened to us.
We're not sure. It's possible that we could sever the tether, return as we were, but the connection to light would no longer.
Does it, if I can ask, does it hurt to stay here by yourself?
No. Till just now, we weren't even aware that time had passed. Moments ago, Rosalind was being pulled through a portal, and we could feel that her physical form was being taken from Taurus, from our world. So we tried to stay there. Somehow created this tether to light.
It has been strange and a difficult adjustment to make operating without our other half. But we have succeeded.
Mostly. She looks at your arm, or they look at your arm.
Mostly. I will not say that everything, or we will not say that everything has gone smoothly.
And to be fair, nothing went according to plan prior as well. But we were together, at least you still had the.
It just didn't work very well. We did have a brief moment where we actually got it repaired and it was working great. But light is our only connection back home right now to know what things are happening there. And as this continues to worsen, we may start to see effects in that world too. We'll need to be able to be updated on that. Saris, it breaks our heart to ask you to sit on the sidelines for longer.
Need to worry about us. We've always done whatever we could to make sure that you're safe.
I
And
swear this,
in
when
time,
it's over,
we'll do the same when we swap places too.
ever and always. We've met the Saris and Rosalind of this world.
Kalishtar are rarer in this world, and yet you found us?
Sending spell. We were looking for you, and we found the Saris of this world. She's alive right now. Rosalind is
It's
her
interesting.
quarry. Yeah. She's remarkable.
Of
And
that
she is
we have
still
no
she.
doubt.
For now. When this is over, we will do whatever we have to restore our connection.
That we have no doubt.
She hugs Saris very tightly again.
Hug you back.
We will see you soon.
They look to you, Corey. Keep this one safe.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's really the opposite, but I will do my darndest.
In a fight, she's more than capable, but outside of those, well, let's just say that the brains and the bronze normally skip a lifetime. Every other.
Roz just kind of nods, like, what am I gonna say? It's true.
Oh, do I have your permission, both of your permissions, if Roz wants to show everyone what Saris looks like? if I could shift into you, I won't do anything weird. It's just,
Uh,
it's my main thing, so I just like to ask.
our friend Corey is a changeling.
That's fine.
Right. They bid farewell.
Stay safe.
You too. And she does say you this time. She speaks in common.
Both you go ahead. Actually, no. Better yet, what's your passive insights?
Garbage.
Garbage.
11.
10.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Oh gosh.
And with that, very similar to a dream fading or waking up, you all watch as that tether of light vanishes and they both come out of the trance.
Whoa,
Roz is just smiling.
Roz. I lightly pat her cheek. You okay?
Better than. I felt whole for the first time in 3 months. Thank you.
You hear in your head immediately after that, Rosalind, is everything all right?
Yes, light.
I lost connection to you for a few minutes.
Corey's patron was able to teach them a spell which allowed me to connect with Saris for a moment. It would seem that when I did, our connection was severed until the spell ended.
All right. Just warn me next time something like that's going to happen.
I will. I apologize. I didn't realize that it would have that effect.
No, that's fine. Does that mean that are they aware what's been happening? They know how we came to be connected?
I brought us up to speed on it, but for them, no time at all has passed. They have existed in a unconscious state ever since I was pulled here. Before I was pulled here, I'm not sure of the details how, but they kept themselves rooted on Torres and established my connection to you. And they themselves serve as that connecting point in a realm between our two worlds.
I see.
Are you okay?
So in order for you to get your quarry spirit back, eventually you will lose connection to home. To choose between one or the other.
It would seem so. It would seem like my options will be to sever that connection with you and home and have Saris here, or return home and sever the connection there and get Saris back. But this is all hypothetical. We don't really know what that would look like.
Is this something that you want Evelyn to know about?
I think I've learned my lesson about keeping secrets. Yes, please tell her.
I will.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like,
For now, you just focus on staying alive and doing what you need to do to save that world.
I will.
One more thing. Everyone seems to be a fan of Hermia, from what Evelyn has told them, so...
I'm glad. Yes.
Your father has claimed dibs on meeting her next.
Oh. Oh, won't that be grand? Okay. I'll let her know that Dad wants to meet her. Oh boy. Roz is just beet red.
Corey pats your face again and goes, "Hey, are you okay? I can't tell if you're like having a stroke or talking to light."
Uh,
Yeah, it could be both.
might be one leading into the next, as it turns out.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Corey, for that.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's strange to feel whole again for a moment.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I didn't know you felt incomplete for that long.
I've been trying to think of a good way to describe what a Kalishtar and a quarry are. I think it's kind of like the right and left parts of your mind. They interpret the world differently. They're good at different things. They might even have different preferences, but you'd never call them different people. That's what Saris and I are. We are the two pieces of the greater Kalishtar being that is the two of us.
Wow. Well, I really liked meeting you again. I know this is a lot, so if you want me to, wait until you're ready to tell the group or whatever, I'd say the word.
No. I think we should tell them immediately.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll return over to the group and tell them about our experience and what we went through and what Saris is and what happened, as far as we can tell.
Okay. So if anybody wants to ask further questions or whatnot, you certainly can. But otherwise, is there anyone else during these 2 days of travel that anyone wanted?
I got a thing unless someone else wants to go.
Sure.
Okie dokie. This could be whether traveling on the road or with campsite. Maeve is going to approach Xana. I don't have a very good excuse for this, other than I will say that Leo, I guess you were nearby, just because I think this would be a conversation you could have a part in. I just don't have a reason why Maeve would be like, come with me as I have this conversation. But anyone else can join.
I will say that during these 2 days travel, she does what she normally does, which is kind of goes like up ahead to like scout out stuff like that. Why don't you and Leo both give me a insight check?
Insight, okay. Oh boy. Hey! Highest I can get.
Have advantage on all of your insight checks.
You know this!
I feel like you have advantage on everything.
I don't. It is insight and investigation. I did not train in those purposely. There was that one time it was also in perception because of a magic item you gave me that I let go of for a bow.
Okay, so here's what I will say to Leo and Maeve.
Okay.
As you're traveling, Xana has always sort of worked as like the forward scout. As you're getting closer to the mountain pass, though, it seems like it's not one of those things where you can like point to a specific reason as to why this seems off, but both of you kind of clock that just something is a little weird in the way that she's acting since you set off for the Pallid Grove. Like, she spends more time, like when she comes back to report and there's nothing to report, there's not that Xana was like a small talker to begin with, but she seems to just immediately go back out scouting some more. So something just seems a little off to the two of you.
In the back of Maeve's head is, what's going on with her? She seems more antisocial than normal.
I'm not sure, but I see what you're noticing. I did have a. Do you remember when we used to have those memory dreams of each other way back when?
Yeah, we haven't had those since we split up. Did you have one about Xana?
I did. It was one of her, I think you can hear in Maeve's voice that she's, like, hesitating, not because, like, she doesn't want to tell you, but more of, like, because it just kind of feels uncomfortable to say. And she just goes, it was on one of her assignments.
Was it a recent assignment, or...?
I couldn't tell. I don't even know who the victim was, just what she looked like. And Xana felt guilty. Which I guess is a good thing, but also a strange... I don't really know how to feel about it, and I will be honest, I've been trying to figure out how to ask her.
I wonder if that's what she's feeling right now.
Maybe. She wouldn't say much when she said she had to do an assignment for Xanatal. And, well, I've had my own reservations on Xanatal since we've gotten together. I guess before that, but especially since I've gotten to know her more.
Maybe this last job is weighing on her. I wonder what she had to do. Did she said nothing of this?
She told me nothing. I mean, I know she's an assassin, but what I saw was someone she woke in bed, said it's not my fault, and she hesitated, then followed through. I don't know if that's normal for her assignments.
Given her work, it's probably plenty common, sadly, but it's hard to say how to broach this with her. I think you just need to be upfront with her about it. Just be like, hey, I had a dream, and broach it that way, maybe. But it might cause some bad feelings to stir up.
Well, I guess I just can't be fearful of it. I'll say to you that I think for me what's hard is I don't really know what to say to her about it. She told me some days before that she's just kind of decided that she's a monster and nothing is going to sway her from that thought. And I think she is fully on the path that after this is all done, she's going to return to that life. And I mean, she's not going to believe me if I think of her otherwise anyway, but I did say I probably couldn't follow her down that path if that's what she chose afterwards, but also that she has a choice. I guess what I don't know is, like, does she just think she doesn't have a choice, or does she enjoy this life? If that makes sense.
If she's having guilt and regret about her decisions, she probably feels like she's stuck in this position. Goddamn push talk. Where she doesn't have the perceived option of getting out. Like, I was stuck in that for decades. It takes a lot of self-reflection and, like we talked about with your dad, just a point in time to actually make you change. Though I think that's going to be very different for Xana.
I think you're right. So do you think she's convinced herself that she's chosen this somehow?
Possibly. She's still too young to know for sure. She's probably just confused, like all of you, to be honest, with like your directions in lives. No offense.
No, none
Just-
taken. I am aware how painfully young I am. Trust me, it's no offense given. Honestly, it's kind of nice to hear that sometimes. I think, well, you know, as I've told you, I think I sometimes feel like I was forced to make decisions like an adult before I could be one. But you're right. You're right. Okay.
Though, if she is feeling this way, I know what cheered me up when I was sad and depressed and regretting things is just finding people I could trust to talk to. And I think you're Xana's most trustworthy confidant right now.
I will try to keep living up to that. Okay.
Your mother, Maeve, how could you not?
What'd I say about treating me like an adult? I'm just teasing. Okay. Do you want to come with? It's up to you. Either way. It is up to you, either way.
I could follow behind if you want, if you need some support or...
She'll see you anyway. It's fine. Let's go.
I can sneak.
I dare you to try.
It's just like, if you wanna.
Leo's going to sneak.
Alrighty.
He's like, I warned him. Oh, God.
All right, go ahead and give me a stealth roll, Leo.
Oh, God.
Okay, I rolled an 18 plus 13, which is...
31, baby.
Can I raise that with 4 inspiration?
To what, a 35?
Yeah.
Is that all the inspiration you have?
No, I could do a lot
Oh,
more.
okay.
I'm just doing 4 to make it around 35.
All right, let's see what Xana can roll here.
Oh, God. He's about to spend his, is the DM, insight gonna count for Xana this time?
Okay.
Okay, well.
So, when you eventually see her, about the time that she's supposed to be sort of coming back and like checking in, you and Leo kind of let the group know, hey, we're going to go ahead a little bit to, have a chat with Xana or whatever you want to tell them.
Yeah.
So you kind of go up ahead knowing that she will see you before the others. You'll be able to talk a little bit more out of
Makes
range.
sense.
Like to.
Okay.
So you're about 30 feet or so ahead of the rest of the party when she eventually steps out from behind a tree, whatnot. Something wrong?
No, I just wanted to talk to you before, you reach the group. Do you have a minute?
Obviously. She
Uh,
seems, I don't want to say defensive, like she's got
Okay.
something to hide, but she is a bit on edge because you were sort of just here away from the group waiting for her.
Mm.
It's very much those feelings of like, hey, we need to talk.
got it.
Not like she expects you to break up with her, but just when
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
says we need to talk,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
if you're not expecting anything bad, you're still
The
just like,
anxiety
okay,
spikes.
about what though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's understandable. She's gonna
Never
kind of-
good when we need to talk. So
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean to raise the anxiety here. I guess first of all, I've just noticed you've been more on edge recently, but there's also something that happened before we left that, well, I figured you should know.
Okay. Does it require Leo to pretend like he's hiding?
Leo, I told you it wouldn't work. He just didn't want to disturb.
Right.
How?
Natural 20. It's the only way she was gonna see. You rolled really, really good.
Just kind of
I just like jump out of the tree, just like sigh dejectedly and walk over. It's like, fuck.
I heard the
Y'all
creak.
can-
I heard the creak in your hips.
Hey, just because I'm 200 years old and you're like 25, 22, I don't know.
I don't know how old I am either.
Wait, really?
I think she has mentioned that. We've just assumed she's been in her 20s based on how she looks.
Yes, I
But-
am in my probably mid to late 20s, but don't know when my birthday is or when I was born.
Well, when do you want your birthday to be?
Doesn't matter.
Well, we've noticed that you've been acting on edge. I guess we just wanted to check what
We have
something
had
was wrong.
a week or so to relax, and now we are back on our path. It's going to be more dangerous than usual, so yes, I have been more focused.
Insight check.
Make an insight
Oh, that's only
check.
that's only a 13. I don't think that's gonna
Ah!
be it.
16 plus 6.
That's 24 or 22, excuse me.
The reasoning she gives you is an appropriate one. It makes sense.
She'll nod. So, I guess the other thing, do you remember those weird memory dreams we all used to have of each other?
Yes.
I had one of you while you were gone.
What was it about?
You were, I think, on a job. You were in this home of, I don't quite remember the details, Robbie, but assume I'm saying describing the
Sure.
woman, stuff like that. And I'll add, you seemed to hesitate, and then you completed the job.
The two of you
And-
see a visible flinch and change in her demeanor. She is extremely uncomfortable as you recall
Yeah.
the memory to her.
When did that happen?
It was a mission of mine.
Was it the one you were doing most recently?
You see guilt kind of wash over her face. She doesn't answer.
She puts a hand on her shoulder and kind of looks at her intently. Xana, what I said before hasn't changed my mind. I just like to know. This
Should.
hasn't. Why?
Why wouldn't?
Xana, how many innocent people do you think I killed in my line of work?
No idea.
I can't count.
That doesn't keep you up at night?
It keeps me up plenty. And I have endless amounts of regret for what I've done. That's why I'm here. Trying to atone for it in some cosmic way, I guess. Some meaningful way. You have that choice too, Xana. Your past doesn't define you.
Sometimes innocent people die. Sometimes they do so on the way to making a better life for more people.
What was the better life? Oh, I'm sorry. Did she want to keep going?
I should get back on the road to make sure that we avoid any potential dangers.
I think the coyotes won't get us. We can talk.
I feel like you're afraid to face me, to face us. But I can't say I, like this, but I want to understand it more. I care about you. So that means that I have to be able to face all the parts of you. Even if it's hard.
Sometimes people are faced with impossible choices. Sometimes you are presented with a way to make things better. Sometimes the choice you have to make is easy. Other times it's two terrible choices. Not everyone is able to make those. Some people refuse to, and more people could be hurt in the process. I was trained to be able to make those decisions. And I don't have any regret. No. Because when I do it, I don't do it for money or for power or for reputation. I do it so that more people can sleep at night than would be able to otherwise.
And why do you feel so guilty?
I don't. That I wish that there were
Inside
other
joke.
ways, but there aren't. Not always.
I did an insight check as well.
There's an obvious fault in what she's saying. Maybe it's something that she's still trying to grapple with. You get the sense that the guilt she feels is in that it has to be done. While she wishes there was another way, if there were, then the people that she does this for would have found.
Yeah. It's trust that they know best. Okay. How far do I push this? Maeve's gonna nod stoically. And she'll say, have you ever found... Sorry, that's not how she would say it. She'll say, sorry. She will say, she'll just kind of look at her and frown, and she'll say, you trust that those who give you these missions are only using these methods only if they have to.
Yes.
And not because they're easy.
No. There have been times in the past where I have found better ways, my work and my investigations, and they have agreed.
But only when you found a better way. That's not the first route they go to.
Sometimes I'm able to see angles that they aren't. Vice versa.
And so, for the moment that I saw, you felt there was no other way.
I didn't have time to look for one this time. She wasn't supposed to wake up.
Well, then I need you to know that, to me, that just seems to get more of a excuse by Xenatol. Not that there wasn't another way. I felt your gut feeling. And I'm not in your shoes. I'm not in those impossible situations you speak of. But I think you can trust your gut. Because otherwise, you wouldn't be having so much trouble sleeping at night.
I sleep just fine.
Xana, you still feel. That's why I don't see you as a monster. I felt it. You hide it carefully, and I get why, but that doesn't mean that the feeling is gone. It just means it gets hidden sometimes. That's what I think anyway. She just quiet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like she has anything to say in response to that. Not like she's necessarily holding her tongue or anything, but just she remains quiet.
What to say to that? Yeah, no, it's totally understandable. Maybe we'll just glance if Leo has anything to add. You don't have to, I just...
From what it seems like, it was a recent thing that Maeve saw. Was it not, Xana? I'm not trying to...
What does it
grill you
matter
about
if it
I
was
just...
or not? It happened.
Well, if it was, we could have helped you, is the thing I'm trying to...
No, couldn't have.
It's the only other thing I can tell you, Xana, is we're all here for you. Regardless of the situation, you've proven yourself to be more than just an acceptable fighter, a good tactician, and someone who kind of leads from behind this entire group. You're becoming our family as much as you detest it or want to push us away.
She kind of
And
gives
I'll
you
go
like
in for the grandpa hug. Like,
as you. Oh.
Is that like?
Yeah, no, she's just gonna try to avoid it. Are you gonna make an effort to like grab her and hug her?
no, if she pulls away, he's just gonna like back away. And
Yeah, she
kinda
definitely pulls away.
Meekly, yeah.
She stabs you.
As she kind of like steps away, she's like, "All right, well, this was productive. I'm going to get back to scouting ahead. It's been clear so far."
Thank you. She's gonna ask if she wants to hug her. I feel like,
She gives you a half-hearted hug.
yeah, I know.
While she does that, I'm gonna go in for the grandpa hug for both of them.
Make an attack roll.
All right, where am I falling? Hold on, I'm right here.
Natural 20.
Ah.
A critical hug.
Critical hug. Oh no.
Shit.
Make you feel warm inside.
All right, fine. You come up and you hug her behind Maeve, and
Well, I want to come to the side. I don't
Okay,
want to
well,
come
whatever.
from behind. That's creepy.
yeah, okay. So you come up and you like join in the hug as well, and you feel a dagger stab into your thigh. You take
Thanks.
you take 7 points of piercing damage.
What's the critical hug do then?
Ow.
Makes it so that she couldn't really get away. She rolled a 14 plus 9 acrobatics to avoid it. So
All right. Listen, I'm like separating the two. Like, okay.
well, I assume once she stabs, he lets go, and then she just turns and walks off back
No,
into
I
the
would
woods.
hold on to the hug and just like grit my teeth and smile at her. Then like.
Okay, so then after that, she pulls away after stabbing you. Yeah.
All right.
And as she walks away, the rest of the group comes up to see Leo probably bandaging himself or limping.
Yeah, I'd be limping back to the car.
There's a lot of face
Fucking-
palming from Maeve.
Do I want?
Bitch.
I don't want to know. I'm good. She will do 7 points of lay on hands.
All right, Corey, you are able to find Zealous at some point during this trip.
You look to your side and Zealous is walking. Ha!
Right next to you. Yeah. We cannot hear you.
Thanks, weird beard.
Oh.
There she is. Okay.
I tackle Zealous.
Oh, hello. I saw you there.
I try to tackle you. Do I knock you down?
If you think you would try and resist being knocked down from like a surprise tackle, Zealous, then I need you both to just make athletics checks. If you think he's surprised, like he didn't see Corey coming, Corey, you can make it with advantage. Although I feel like with Zealous's passive perception, he probably saw it coming.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Unless you wanted to like cast invisibility on yourself or something.
No.
What do I roll to oppose it?
Just both roll athletics.
That's a
Athletic.
3. I just Looney Tunes like go flat against Zealous's
Yeah,
body.
exactly. Like Wile E. Coyote like running into like a phone pole. Yeah, absolutely.
Bone pull into Zealous's body. Oh! And then Zealous falls over. You have gotten me.
Oh. I feel like you got me, and that wasn't supposed to be the point. Ah. I helped them up.
Maybe next time you should get some lessons in stealth from Xana.
Yeah, right. No, I'm sorry. No. No. It's not my forte. I was looking for you though, bud. Do you want to go take a walk, or I don't know, look for berries?
You said look for bears. I'm like, what?
Let's look for Owlbear Man.
Owl Bear Man does not logically exist. But okay, let us go for a walk for bears, Reese.
Okay. And as we're walking, how tall are you, Zealous?
7'2".
Okay. Well, it's still pretty different from before. Now that I'm like a little bit closer to your height, and I just look up at you, and let's go. So, I know I've been busy a lot lately with Faye, and mainly Faye. But how are you? I just want to check in.
This one is doing okay. This one. I am doing fine. Trying to remain focused at the task at hand.
Yeah.
Yes, we really need to get to the Pallid Grove for a Mave. It is of dire urgency that we finish up this quest.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know why, don't you?
Well, yeah, because it's like important to Maeve, and there might be a portal. I didn't study. I'm sorry.
Because the sooner we get this done, the sooner we can get that phoenix feather for Gil.
Oh, yes.
And the
Yeah, you really like Gil, huh?
and the white dragon claw for Gil.
Yeah. Well, I think one of those things for sure, but I don't know if we'll have enough momentum. Well, I don't think our momentum as a party is heading in both of those directions. You know what I mean? But I'm really glad you like Gil.
Of course
Yeah.
I would like Gil. Gil is the greatest. Who would not like Gil?
Oh God.
Yeah.
You
Corey
feel
thinks,
a warm presence just kind of emanating from the card box, Corey.
Yeah. Gil really likes you, Zealous.
Really?
I mean, yeah, not in a weird way, though. I mean, it's fine if you do. He's like my brother.
What do you mean in a weird way?
Oh, well, like how Maeve and Xana feel about each other, or how Roz and Hermia feel about each other, and of
The
course how
card box
I
feels
feel about them.
confused now.
Well, just the way, and I yell at my card box. I'm like, the way Zila said it, okay? I don't know.
Oh, Corey. I am an automaton, so I don't really have romantic feelings for anyone. I just got really happy and excited that Gil would really appreciate me as a friend.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Do you think he might consider me, like, a best friend?
I mean, yeah, but that spot's filled, right?
Well, yeah.
You paused really long there, bud, but it's fine. I'll process that later.
I'll
But
process that as I cry.
I don't know. I just really wanted to check in on you, and I just want you to know that, I'm working on. Jesus God, the mosquito flew into my throat. Um,
That sounds
Please walk with your
painful.
mouth closed.
you're right. Sorry. Um,
The bugs are nasty up here.
they are. I just know everything was really heavy before we kind of took a break, and I know that, you've been helping everyone. You and Amu. I'm
Amu?
terrible. Amu, yes. Just with teleporting everyone, and yeah, I just wanted to check in.
Yes. I am doing well. I am sad that my mother has passed on, and I have quite conflicted feelings given the way that she died. But I am processing those.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, she was going to explode, and then I encased her in a tomb of my own making.
No, not. I know. Yes, we were there. I mean, how are you processing? How is the processing going?
Oh, how am I? Well, not very well. I just kind of compartmentalize it into the back of my processor core, and I just try not to think about it.
I see. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I get that.
I mean, it's working out pretty well so far.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think God, I wish Bill were
Also,
here.
I deal with it by doing a lot of things for other people, and by teleporting them around and stuff.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. See that's the bread and butter that I was searching for.
Yeah, it is actually bread and that you could call that my bread and butter. It's working out very well.
Well, for now, right? But and I stop us in our tracks and just go. But I take it from someone who I guess has kept a lid on things and didn't really have an outlet until I met you guys for a long time. Sometimes it's good to share what you're processing with your friends because sure, it might feel good now to focus on others and do all that, but those memories and those bad feelings, they're still gonna be in your hard drive. Like
So,
it's still there, right? You're not really processing it. You're just putting it in a different folder.
but if I put it in a different folder, then I don't have to deal with it right now, and then it becomes a problem for future Zealots to deal with later.
Well, that's what we don't want, right? We don't want to make any problems for anyone, especially ourselves.
So, what you're saying is I should try to talk them out right now?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We can We can sit down, we can talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Zeta sits down on a large rock nearby and says, well, I'm struggling with the fact that I feel like maybe I made the wrong decision by encasing my mother in a tomb of a murderous intent, that I
Yeah.
murdered my mother to save my own skin because I'm a coward and afraid for my own life.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You were prepared for that one. That's
That's
impressive.
rough, buddy.
Oh, that was very loud. Yeah, no, it was terrible. But that, even though that was your own doing, you saved us. And I know I'm really thankful, and I know that the rest of the second chances are too. And I know that doing that made your mom proud. It was horrible, and it's never not going to be horrible. But what you can do now, at least for now, is continue to do things that would have made her proud, you know? Because I don't think, and she didn't hate you or feel betrayed or anything like that in her last moments with you. And I know, obviously, I didn't know her at all much, but when I was trying to do a thing and, I was like trying to get her away from the main battle and it didn't really work, she was just really concerned about you, and that says a lot.
Yeah. Man, you got all that from just the short time that you met her.
Well, I know you, and I know that you wouldn't have fought as hard for someone if you didn't love them and respect them. So, how do you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah? Like, of course, it's still sad, but you feel a little better, like, getting it off your chest, right? Or out of the folder.
I feel like there is still some more things to unpack, but I feel like
Oh.
that is a good start. I feel like that was a good step towards understanding. Because I still feel like a small bit of guilt, because even if of all those nice things you said, logically, it just makes sense to encase my mother in a tomb of her own demise, because there is one of her and many of us.
Oh.
So it's just like a numbers issue.
Yeah. I'm not gonna respond to that because I know where my expertise in these issues are, so we might have to consult Dr. Maeve. But or someone else. I don't want to put everything on me.
No, it's totally fine. I just Dr. Maeve is a new one. That's all. It caught me off guard.
You get home, you're like, Dad, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
But sure, yeah, there's logic in it too, but I think you did what you thought was right in the moment, and I don't think anyone can fault you for that.
I think the only one that could fault me for that is dead. But even then, I don't think she would fault me either. Because she was begging me to leave.
Yeah. I'm here whenever you want to take it out of the folder again. And I just want you to know that you can reach out to me. I don't want you to feel like you have to wait or that you have to do all these things just to make us happy. You deserve to be happy too.
Thank you. I have a question, Corey.
Yeah.
When are you gonna have Faye meet Gil?
That's a good question. I think I hear Leo calling for us, so maybe we should walk on back.
There are no auditory noises in the
I'll race ya, and I just fly off.
Roslyn,
Yeah.
when do you think you have your talk with Xana? Do you think it's before or after Maeve had her talk with Xana? Because those are very different states of mind for her.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because Roz doesn't know that they had
True.
that talk.
Yep.
So I don't. During a watch, she'd probably try and take a watch with Xana to have the talk.
Okay, and it probably would be after you had the
Yeah,
the
so probably
Saris
the
thing.
watch of the second night.
So it's probably afterwards. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
probably.
sorry.
No, it's all right. It is what it is.
Okay. So there is one night where everyone has gone to sleep, and you and Xana are awake and on watch.
How's she seem?
Make an insight check.
My best.
You did pretty well that one time.
I did. I got it real good. Let's see.
I got 2 20s on it, so we'll see.
Okay.
She looks especially chatty tonight.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm
That's
sorry.
weird.
Oh, right on time. Oh, there's that Cali core.
I'm sorry.
Roz glances over at her and is just like, "Oh, hey, I had something I wanted to say to you before we left Aor's recollection, or I want to say while we were there, but I got my arm put on, and then my girlfriend drowned in a pool of blood. It got a little busy, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Look, I know that it's probably not always your favorite thing taking orders from me. You're older than me. You've got more experience than I do. In particular, when you disagree with them, you probably really don't like taking orders from me, but I appreciate that you trust me enough that you do.
As you're saying this, she's cleaning one of her firearms, has yet to eye contact. She's close enough that you know she hears you.
Yeah. And I just want you to know that that trust goes both ways. If you told me tomorrow you needed me to go to war with you, I would. No questions asked.
She stops cleaning. Still isn't looking at you. You're saying you value my advice, my opinion, my outlook.
Yes. Of course I do.
What's one piece of advice that you've ever gotten that changed the way you look at the world?
I know I've mentioned it, but my mom once told me that, my birth mom told me that every day you're going to get the chance to make the world a little bit better or a little bit worse. You should always try to make it better. And I've lived my life by that ever since.
That's a good one. Roz, make a persuasion check.
You know what?
This feels unfair.
I mean, I'll say this. I'm better at persuasion than insight. Spend advantage.
Oh, persuasion? I thought I thought it's perception.
I'll spend the 3 inspo for a 20.
Okay. I don't always abide by it as much as I probably could. I'm not the best when it comes to interacting with people in a meaningful way. But Aurora once told me that words can be far more effective than any blade or bullet.
Yeah.
There was a time when we were out and there was a little girl who was running around. She was crying. She was lost. And couldn't find her mother. And Aurora had just asked her, "What does your mom look like?" Eventually, we were able to find her mother, get them back together, and all it took was one question. That girl would obviously go on to grow up, probably raise a family. So that one question saved someone's entire world. She used to always say, take all the times you've ever swung a sword or a dagger or pulled the trigger, about the amount of energy that takes and how many words could you have said with all that energy.
Your music is fucking up. big
Super
time.
weird. It's like making its own song.
It's like this. It's a whole new theme. And it's
yeah,
wild.
it's wild.
All good. Just let me know when that happens. Because I assume it's just
Okay.
for you guys and not for stream.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I tried actually leaving a returning to the stream and it didn't fix it. Okay.
The second chances need you, Rosalind. Some far more than others. And I understand why you push yourself so hard. And with the threat of your blood disease gone, I understand that it's difficult for you for whatever reason to imagine a life where you aren't fighting something. But the longer that you're around, the better chance that all of them have of longer, happier lives. That's a fact. You inspire people, which is something I can't do. Make them safe. Make them more confident in who they are because you know who they are. Sorry if this sounds harsh, But my advice is that if you plan to run yourself into an early grave someday, that's very selfish of you. By all means, save who you can, do what you can, but if you ever get a chance to be happy and safe too, you need to take it for their sake as well as yours.
Roz thinks about that for a moment and nods. Well, if we're being honest and harsh with each other, the idea that you can't inspire people too is the biggest load of horse shit I've ever heard in my life. You didn't have it easy. You didn't get a lot of the advantages that I did growing up, but we both grew up soldiers. I'm sure you've made a lot of choices in your life that were heavily influenced by who raised you, just as I have. But the idea that you can just accept that for what it is, the idea that you can just throw your hands up and say, I am what I am, is a load of garbage. That is completely putting off the idea that you are responsible for bettering yourself every single day. Don't talk to me about being selfish.
Maybe. I think you grew up a soldier, though, Rosalind. Everything you've told us, you trained to be a hero.
Hero, I think we've all learned, is just someone who, when they're given the opportunity to do the right thing, does it. You can be an artist and be a hero. You can be a bard. You can be a musician. You can be a mother. You can be a lot of things and be a hero. I'm a soldier and a hero. I'm proud of that.
She goes back to cleaning the gun.
Roz returns to tending to her blade.
So eventually, as your 2 days conclude, the path from the Dorel Woods through the Sirios Mountains is well traveled. Seems that some excavation and work has been done to make the trip less arduous, likely in the name of keeping risks low for the KTC company. Maeve, you recall that even when you left, you were able to stick mostly to decent paths that could have accommodated wagons and horses, though it is a bit more perilous in some areas than others. The other important thing that you notice, without the sheer cliff faces or the rising Sirios Mountains to your north, after about a day's travel up through this path, after the sun has begun to set, darkness is all you have on the horizon. You see now faintest crimson glow, the direction to Maeve's home.
Crimson
morning.
glow. Sorry, go ahead.
Morning, you will enter the Pallid Grove properly. But from here, you can tell that glow is very reminiscent of the one that you saw in Trent.
Deidre, you said? Sorry.
In Deidre. This is your first confirmation that there is likely a portal. And if that
and
is...
a big one if we're seeing it from here.
If it is what it is big. The morning, after about half a day's travel on these mountain roads, it brings you into the Pallid. But things here are different than you remember them. For several acres, you see nothing but stumps. Acres of trees felled and vanished. From this location, you can see a building far off in the distance near the tree line. Before we get to that, though, Could I have everybody make a charisma saving throw?
Okay. Are we within 10 feet of Roz?
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna roll 2d6, and whoever it corresponds with on here is within 2 feet of Roz, or is within 10 feet of Roz.
All right.
Leo and Corey, you get Roz's bonus.
When you say a charisma saving throw, are you sure you don't mean a wisdom one?
I'm
I know. I am not happy
very
about this.
sure, yes. See, there you go, Zealous. What were you worried about?
Not rolling a natural 20.
I rolled a total of 16.
16?
That was with inspiration.
Okay, great. All right. So, we're sitting here at the entrance, so to speak, to the Pallid Grove. It was once a plateau within the Sirios Mountains that the reclusive elves of the Moonweaver once were. And I'm sure, obviously, having been with Maeve for so long, you've heard this story in some form or fashion. But during the calamity, Torog, the Crawling King, tunneled underneath this plateau, causing it to collapse and sink into Exandria. These tunnels, this darkness, would eventually lead into the Underdark. And it was through a blessing of the Weaver that the Pallid Elves were given her protection and were able to survive in these tunnels and eventually became known as the Pallid Elves. The life and the magic of this grove was sapped during that time, causing them to lose their color and petrify. So what you're seeing now is more of a basin within the Sirios Mountains here that is nothing but a gray stone forest for as far as you can see. But acres of it here have been cleared away with a building of some sort, maybe a couple hours travel.
I don't know if the mining company. So, would you say that there's more trees down than even I recall?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
When you passed through this part specifically as well, like there were a few here and there, but the Pallid Elves, when permission was given originally for some of the logging to be done, they worked in tandem with them to basically be like, these are the trees you can take, these are the ones you don't take, and since they have started up this operation again, it's basically just like, anything that's in our way, take everything you can.
Yeah, so Maeve sees this and she just grimaces. Seems the logging company was given free-for-all reign on this.
Or they took it.
I think if what my mother says is true and they are returning back underground, I don't think they care what happens up here.
I suppose.
When was the last time you contacted your mother?
Just less than a week ago.
You might want to try contacting her again and seeing where she's at.
How close are we to Minor?
Days travel, maybe?
Okay. Well, we're a day away from where I grew up. So as we get closer, I can try then.
Understandable. Do you think the logging company did this, though?
Cut down the
And,
trees. They're clean cuts here. It wasn't like they just fell over.
Think one may beget the other. Here's your great change.
Right?
I
Or-
assume that as you're discussing this, talking this, you're probably walking further. Did you want to go
Yeah.
towards the building that I mentioned as well, or?
Okay, because that's new too, right?
I mean,
Or-
from where you can see, and especially with you and Zelus's vision, it's probably some sort of like logging encampment, like where they're, putting stuff before the shipments are like taken back. You can always bypass. You don't have to go to where it is or not. It wouldn't necessarily be out of your way to check it out if you wanted to go to your door as well, though. It's just a couple, again, maybe like an hour's walk from where you are on the horizon.
We might as well on the way. I'd like to confirm my suspicions, so to say.
So
As you say, Maeve.
as you're still having this conversation, you continue to ask questions or make theories as you want. But as you're walking amongst the stumps, you eventually come across a camp far before the building, with trees felled, some still awaiting being processed. This is a ghostly sight for everyone. The forests look, it's beautiful in a haunting way. Colors drained from them. They're this sort of pale chalk white. Most of the ones in the immediate vicinity that you can see have no foliage or leaves due to logging processes. But you can see further off that when these trees were petrified, they still had leaves, but they've been drained of any color. There is some life beyond just the trees, tall grass, bushes, other flora. Life did eventually return to the Pallid Grove when the Crawling King was banished, but the damage that he had done never reverted. So even among the petrified trees, there are other more healthy ones, but they pale in comparison to size. I probably also should have mentioned as you that beyond that, you can now see from here, having entered into the grove properly, that reaching up above the trees, dwarfing even the portal that you had seen in Deidrin, is this massive red gate. Portions of the threshold have this slightly purple coloration to them. And with this portal so big that you can see through it, you see a dotted, starry night sky on the other side against the backdrop of the morning sky of Exandria. Like a picture cut out of one book and placed on top of another. If anyone would like to make a Arcana check.
Hermia?
Hermia would like to
Put
make
on
an Arcana
Elroy?
check.
All right, let me do an Arcana check for Hermia then. Give me one other person to do it too.
Yeah,
Do it
I'll do
too.
it. But I'm gonna put on Elroy
I
to
don't-
get me plus 10 to my
That's-
Arcana.
Yep, that's fine.
Not me.
20.
You got a dirty 20?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I got a 25 with Elroy.
Okay, and Hermia got a 28, but we're going to say that the two of you, since you're actually here, we'll play it out. Looking at the size of this portal, you've never obviously seen one this big. You've also never seen sort of this purple coloration on it. I think between the three of you, you come to the conclusion that the Oracle had mentioned this once before, that if a portal is kept up for long enough and enough change happens, it would become what they called an anchor. And the architect needs a certain amount of anchors before the process is irreversible. You believe that based on the coloration of the threshold, this portal is on the verge of that. And it's hard to tell for sure, but you probably have somewhere around maybe 5 or 6 days before it becomes a permanent fixture of this reality.
Do you know how long it's been like this? Or how long it's been opened?
It's difficult to tell for sure, especially if the size of the portal changes based on how much change has happened. Without asking anyone else who's been here, it's hard to know for sure how long it's been up or when it first apparated.
Okay, so that's priority 1 then, right?
But I will, as players, let you know you have some time here.
I think a reunion's gonna be held short, Maeve. We've got work to do.
It's fine.
Now, we should go to your Nor and ask, at least get the information that we can, and from there we go to the portal and close it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe we could, have 2 teams and at least half of us can just keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't go critical.
The
Rosalind,
last time we saw
as Corey is talking, you notice the ground in a way that's hard to describe. It's not like something is tunneling. It reminds you almost like the beating of a heart or the rising of a chest, like something's breathing.
You.
But as you kind of first notice it, it kind of happens in one section. Then you see it rise again somewhere else, kind of a third time. Not in a way that makes any sense. It's not something big.
I divine sense.
Yeah, hit a divine sense. And as you kind of like see that and you kind of like blink and you're like, divine sense. You don't notice it happening anymore. You don't detect a specific thing. Like there's no enemies or any of the things mentioned in there that are actually around you. But go ahead and make a charisma check for me.
16.
Close your eyes. You try to like focus and really dig into your divine sense. No, you don't sense any.
Okay.
And nothing about this would ring. When you said like tunneling, I immediately was like, "Oh, our enemies are here." But this, I don't think nothing about this is ringing.
Nobody else saw it or noticed it.
It was just Roz.
Yep.
Oh, it's just Roz.
Just Roz saw that as Corey was talking.
Oh, okay. Sorry, misunderstood. Maeve just kind of thinks for a moment. She just looks sick to her stomach as she's seeing this portal. And she clears her throat. I'm not sure how wise it is to split up in case something happens here, but I suppose we have sending stones. I don't.
No.
Nah,
We've
I
seen
don't
what's
think-
come out of portals much smaller than this, and it's taken all of us.
Right.
Let's stick together. We'll go visit your Nor, find out what we can, and then we'll go close this thing, okay?
Yeah.
How close are we to the portal?
The portal. Give me a perception. Let's call it a survival check, actually.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah. Gotta do some different checks for these people.
If someone
Man.
wants to aid you, like you're trying to figure it out
Oh.
together, someone can roll with advantage.
Oh no.
25.
Okay, yeah, 25 is fine.
Whatever.
So kind of taking a looking at the forest and kind of consulting with Maeve a little bit. This is the portal's more kind of northwest. Maeve's Nor, I believe, is more to the. Oops, sorry. No, Portal is more like sort of north, like centrally located. Maeve's Nor is a bit more kind of southeast. They'd both be about a day's travel, but once you go to one or the other will be closer. So like a day's travel to the
Okay.
Nor, half a day's travel to the Portal.
Okay. Then it makes more sense.
Yeah,
to
so
take it.
so you're not going to like lose time, or you're not
Yeah.
going to make it longer to get to the Portal by going to the North.
Right, we're not going the wrong
Perfect.
way.
Correct.
Okay, cool. I got misunderstood. I thought it was a lot closer, so I kind of misunderstood that. That makes more sense. Okay, then yeah, especially I would say, let's go to the North first.
Yes.
Yeah.
See who knows what's going on, and then we can get to the portal and see what has come out of it.
Okay.
And we can see the fucking portal, and it's a day away.
Yep.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe when we get there, Zelas can at least scry. I mean, we can see it, so I'm assuming they're familiar with it.
I mean, I can
Um,
just scry on an area free of charge. So
Free of
yeah.
charge.
I mean,
No,
Without having to
scrying
roll.
on an area now costs 500 gold.
No.
it's party fun loot. It's fine.
Maeve, when you have
Yeah?
a chance, just put in the chat the name of your Nor. I'm just gonna add it to.
Yeah,
the,
I'm sorry. Let
the
me open
thing.
it up. I forgot to do that. Give me 1 second.
Robbie,
you are
a
fine.
question.
Yes.
If we were able to get a description of what this plane looks like, what's coming into existence around here to like the fucking fire genasi back in Rexentrum, could she possibly give us information on what this realm could be?
I suppose if you had a description of it and it was another plane, in the case of like, is this like when you accidentally opened a plane to the Shadowfell, for
The
example?
Shadowfell, yeah.
You know, if you look
Yeah.
through and there's like fire or something, she could probably tell you, oh, it's a plane of fire. But based on what you know and the fact that Roz has been, you know, pulled through, it could also just be another world.
So it doesn't seem like it's another like realm like the Feywild or something like that. It seems like an entirely different world.
All we've
Har-
seen of it is the skybox.
Yeah,
so we don't
hard
know.
to tell from here since all you can see is sky.
Okay.
Siri Lair is the name of her Nor. And if you ever hear Kinemel Nor, it's just a long term for Nor. Don't worry about that. But Siri Lair. Okay.
So, you find yourself as you're walking towards this lumber yard. You end up walking through what looks to be a logging camp. And as if it's imitating this ghostly forest, the camp here looks as though it was lived in. You see a pot over a fire, though the fire is out near the tent. The canvas is in tatters. Boots are sitting outside. Several tools are splayed out as though they were dropped in the middle of a workday. You see no workers. You see no lumber anywhere.
Either we're too late or we came in just before something happened. After, I mean.
Yeah.
I search around to see if there's like any drag marks or signs of a struggle.
What kind of check would you like to use? I would say that survival, investigation, or perception are all feasible, but they will have varying difficulties.
I'll do a
I do
Go ahead.
I'll
would
do
also-
investigation.
I would like to do a survival check.
Yep. Both of you go ahead and make your rolls. Yeah, Corey, you go out, turn fly on, and head up into the air. We'll say that gives you advantage. Why not? Go for it.
I rolled 19. total?
You have advantage.
Oh, I have advantage?
Yep.
Oh,
Corey
I'm
going
sorry.
up to get a bird's eye view gives both of you
Oh.
advantage. Corey, did you want to also like look for anything specific while you were up there?
That's my help.
Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick like scout about any damage to like the structure itself, like any other
Ah.
like points of interest.
Make a perception check, although from as far away as you are, it is a pretty high DC.
Well, I'll spend another inspo. Yep. I see 11.
It's hard to tell from this distance. I will say that with an 11, you don't think you see any people. You know, even for this distance, you wouldn't be able to make them out very well, but you'd think you'd at least be able to see if they were out and moving around like little, spectral ants kind of moving about the place. So, but as far as damage goes, hard to tell from this distance away. Maeve
Mm-hmm.
and Leo, you notice that in various places, and both of you find your own versions of these as everyone's looking around, but you find by the tools from the campfire dinner or coming out of the tents, drag marks. Long marks of humanoid fingers grasping at the ground before vanishing. I will say it's hard to tell you what, since Leo got high enough with investigation, I will give Maeve another survival roll to see if she can determine how old these are. Yeah, that'll do it.
Thank you.
These look to be about over a week old.
I'll tell the rest of the group that.
I think we would do well to stay together and keep moving.
Yeah, I agree.
If you'd like to, Maeve.
Hmm.
I guess technically anyone who's training the survival or nature could make this check, but I would give you advantage since you grew up here. If you want to try and determine what might have caused something like this.
Might as well give it a shot. Oh, that was stealth. Sorry.
Maeve is gone, everyone.
Well, I can just use that number. Just -2, so it'd be 24.
We need to stay together. Maeve vanishes.
Good Xana impression.
But yeah, I can just make it 24. It'd be -2.
Okay. Yep. You know, yeah, with a 24, there is nothing in the Pallid Grove that would have done something.
Like no animal,
like this.
no.
There's no animal, there's no creature that you can think of. Even in the stories from when they went underground, there's nothing that would have came above ground or that lives in the grove that this company wouldn't have been able to protect themselves from or would have been able to defend themselves from, and nothing that would have shown up after they had done this much, essentially.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fair assumption that whatever did this probably came out of.
Yeah. We have plenty of beasts in the Pallid Grove, but nothing that could do this. Or that wouldn't be scared off by the lumber company doing what they're doing. This was coordinated, planned, and strong.
Can
All
I
right.
have everybody roll me a d20? Don't give me that look, Roz.
You rolled high. I rolled low. Not low, but I think it's just a chance for something to happen to somebody.
It's just
Don't
a
feel
chance
bad.
for something to happen to something. All right. So as you all sort of finish up taking in what evidence is here that you can.
What did Xana get?
Oh, you're right. Xana got a low one. Roz, you were saying.
What was that?
I said you were saying something before I asked everyone for the roll.
Oh no, she was just saying, like, as I say, we're gonna stay together. No one goes alone anywhere until we get to the north.
And as Roz is saying this, something sticks up, hair on the back of your neck sticks up, Roz. And it almost seems to the rest of you like a preternatural sense. And as she finishes her sentence, there is this, like the cracking of wood and like ground and earth being moved and shaped. And she puts her shield up before she even sees it as this massive moss-covered bear erupts out of the ground and the wood behind her and brings this giant paw down on top of your shield, Roz. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
The fuck?
Oh snap!
Oh no.
Bam. Do we have a battle
It's
map?
Owl Mouse Bear.
We do. Give me a second to get us over and onto it.
Too fast, Rosalind.
And everyone can decide where they were. Except for Rosalind, who I'm going to say was like right here.
My health really 100? No, it's 92. Weird, I wonder why it says 100. Settings.
Oh my god.
Salus, okay, 16.
I was over here with my buddy.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Probably be over by Maeve.
All right, I'm gonna go. Say Hermes up here.
My health isn't.
Corey, you are up in the air.
What?
Yeah, Corey was flying when all this happened.
Oh, well then I would be over here by the bear.
You didn't know the bear was going to be there. You do also notice at the same time, all of you start to hear this like chittering sound as two of the like pieces of wood seem to like stand up off of the ground.
Can you put me on the turn order?
Yes. Is there anybody else who isn't on the turn order yet?
No, I rolled 10.
I'm not. 'cause I
All right, so
rolled.
so Zalus and Maeve was, Hermia's there, Xana's there, Corey's there, and all right, everybody should be on there now.
Mm-hmm. At least you rolled high.
I can't believe it.
Told you. Somehow you just like Neo'd, like you just knew it was coming. Sorry, one second. Just getting the up here that I need. Lumber camp fight. All right, so that thing rolled a 20.
Lester, you got more health than that.
Xana. Not super great. Only a 22.
Oh,
She rolled a.
God
must be so
forbid.
tough to be her.
She rolled a 13.
I rolled 5.
Hermia rolling well though. 21 for Hermia. All right.
As Roz gets knocked on her ass by this bear, she's like, "Oh shit, get your weapons out!"
That's not from around here. I'm guessing. I don't think.
Yeah. So as this bear comes up and out of the ground, you are all caught by surprise. So the enemies are gonna get a surprise round on you.
We have the surprise condition.
Corey and weird chittering things. What are your dexterities?
Wait, you can't. Oh, do you have that? Do you have that special dagger?
No,
Oh, you
not
don't.
in a very long time.
Damn it! You can't be surprised when you have that.
I know.
Why did you give it up?
So that Triv can never be surprised again.
But she can't. That's not gonna help us.
Triv
You know
got
what?
mauled that one time.
Xana does have a dagger of warning, so she isn't surprised.
You can thank me for that.
You can. All right. So, this one comes up
Corey,
out
you go
of
before me, technically.
the bark and ground and comes up towards Leo and Maeve.
Mhm.
Here, we'll do it this way.
Robbie, what's the
Maeve.
dex on the chittering things?
They are 12.
Okay, so they have the same as me, and they go after Corey.
Okay. All right. Maeve. This thing comes up towards you and is going to attempt to bite you. Does a 16 hit?
No.
All right. You were able to dodge the bite attack. But then it's going to try and use Swamp Claw.
Oh, I don't like that sound.
Hate that.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, it hits.
Maeve, you take 7 slashing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh boy.
If you fail, Robbie gets
23.
to look at your hand and discard 1 spell card from it.
So as it brings its claw down and swipes at you, the claws like extend out of its paw, and these things are like 2 feet long. And it kind of hooks around and starts to drag you towards it, and you're able to free yourself from its grasp before it can do whatever it's going to do to you. I will say,
I found the things.
being this close to them, these aren't bears that just have like moss or plant growth on them. They seem to be plant-based creatures.
Hate that.
Zalus
What?
does no, 14 is gonna miss. So you are able to dodge the bite attack. Woo! But an 18 plus 7 Swamp Claw is going to hit. You take 6 slashing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
You said 6 slashing?
Yep.
Strength? Oh, man. $12.
Corey, you're up above right now. You see this thing come towards Zalus. You're able to like shout out in time for him to dodge the bite attack, and then you watch as it slams its claw down on top of him and then pulls him towards it, and you watch as Zalus disappears inside of it.
No.
Corey screams.
Just, like anything in particular or just in general?
I think it's just screaming.
Okay, everyone hears
Nothing graceful.
Corey scream, and like you start looking around and you do not see
Is
Zalus.
this thing on the turn order?
It is not, thank you. That's not bad.
Quit helping him, Roz.
I
Sarah,
figured
can
you'd
you
eventually think about it.
can
I
you
know.
throw one of your dice at Callie for us, please? Thank you.
She's a bit of a brown noser when it comes to DMs.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Chris, don't act like you don't help me out when I interpret a rule wrong.
Exactly.
We all do it.
I would have liked to be the brown noser. Thank you.
I like how all the DMs in this group are just like, no, I'd want someone to point it out to me.
No, actually, you know what? You're actually kind of lucky that that thing swallowed you because now this one doesn't see you and is instead going to go up to Xana.
Oh, great.
Uh-huh.
That's a 2, so that misses. Ooh, and that is a natural 20.
Damn it.
I'm surprised, so I can't take a reaction.
Yeah, so 2d6. So she takes swell 12 slashing damage and strength saving throw for Xana. She makes it and is able to not be consumed. All right, so that's each of those. Hermia and Luster are going to be attacked by the little dudes, which they don't get to do anything super crazy. So 2 club attacks. At disadvantage, Hermia, so that one misses.
Didn't even
Why
say
are they
anything.
always attacking
That one
me?
misses. I rolled 2 nat ones. Luster
Mm-hmm.
Be nice
does
to your wife even when she's not here.
does a 21 and an 18 hit Luster.
They both do. 18 meets.
I mean, not
Cool.
Or Luster.
Cool, he
Yeah,
says.
not cool for poor Luster.
All right. First
Luster's like,
attack.
"Man, coming home sucks."
Holy
Yeah, I know.
shit.
They don't happen to do lightning damage, do they?
No, they do force
Damn it.
damage, but they roll
Ah, fuck.
4d4. I
Uh-huh.
rolled 16 plus the 4, so 20 damage. That just did max damage on that first
Ow.
club attack to Luster.
Ow.
Fuck. All right. Luster's not doing great.
And then the second one,
Fuck, man.
16 damage to Luster. I just rolled 8.
36?
I rolled 8d4. One of them was a 2.
Fuck.
The rest were
Damn.
4s.
Holy fuck. Well, Luster is not happy.
Yeah, Luster's not. You all hear Luster probably cry out in pain as well.
Which is really frustrating because I'm not going to be able to use him on my turn because I need to get away. Fuck. All right.
And then this thing. Oh, thank you, Roz. That
Roz
thing,
is like sitting here with the bear, and she's like looks over like, oh shit.
this thing has 20 movement speed. It's just close. Oh, and the bear gets to do its second engulf attack against you.
Oh great.
Wait, why does it get to do 2?
It did because they have 2 attacks.
It only made
Yep.
one attack on Roz.
Oh, I see, I
Oh
see.
boy. 23, Roz.
That'll hit.
Make a strength save for me. You take 10 slashing damage. Sorry, piercing damage. 10 piercing damage.
19 on the strength save.
All right, and you are able to wrestle out of its claws as you see this
Sorry, how much was the damage?
10 piercing.
Yep.
As this, well, it is what it is. This shambling mound shambles up to you.
Glances over. Ah shit.
Shamble.
Let's see. 2 slam attacks. Come the slam attacks. Well, that's a natural 1 and a 14. So this thing isn't super fast, and you're able to dodge out of both of the strikes of this thing. And
The lessons that
now-
Aunt Triv imposed upon me. Dodge.
now we're at the top of the turn order. Sorry, Xana wasn't surprised, so I'm going to give her attack
Yeah.
really quick as
No
well.
worries.
Or around. She will bonus action disengage, hop over this. By the way, if you have to move across any logs, it does take. They do count as difficult terrain,
Except for me.
except for Maeve because she's used to
'Cause
just
I'm a
jumping over
ranger.
shit. Yep. So that was.
Well, because I'm a ranger. I
10,
can't be affected by that.
15.
Oh, wait, actually might not count, actually.
And she'll just take aim at the one that was right next to her. Since when does the Beyond have sound effects with dice? It's weird.
For what?
That's a hit. For like the little virtual dice thing.
Oh, I've always heard.
Yeah, for like the clicks when it.
No,
rolls.
yeah, I have the Ember Chod dice or whatever from the D&D movie, and when it throws your doo doo, and then like this
Oh.
burning sound.
Hmm.
And that's 15. Wait, not immune to non-magical damage, are they? They are not.
Yeah. Okay.
And oh, whoops, wrong damage dice. That'll hit as well. And just do 5. All right. All right, so with that, top of the round, Leo, it is your turn. As this massive plant bear is just like breathing down on the two of you up on its hind legs.
Stop it.
In the back of Maeve's head, you hear, do you trust me?
Yeah. Don't have much of a choice either, but yes.
Okay, then I'll grab her hand and cast Dimension Door, and I will bring us up here.
You have 500 feet on Dimension Door. If you want to go further, you can. And you don't really have to necessarily be able to see what you see, so I'm just saying, like, it could technically still get to you there on its next turn. So if you want to go further away, you can.
I'll go... What would you suggest, Maeve?
I mean, her bow has pretty decent distance, not 500 feet, but it can do.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend like going off the map, but I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
Just do
Okay.
off of like probably
Like
more than
over this way?
Yeah, like more than 30 to 40 feet kind of thing.
Okay. I'll bring us over behind this stump.
Okay.
There you go.
I mean, that wasn't too scary. I thought you were gonna make me jump on top of that thing or something.
And I had a thought about that, but when there's 4 of them, that's not a good idea.
Fair enough.
And then I'm going to dash back
Oh.
to or not dash back. I'll use my movement to get to Hermia and use my bonus action to give her advantage on her first attack.
You got it. So she will have advantage. All right, back around to Xana. She's going to take 2 more shots at the Big Fun Bear. That'll hit, and then she'll
You shooting
use
this one?
Yep, and then she'll use Grit on her second shot. Or no, not Grit. Sharpshooter, and she'll use a Grit for advantage, just so that, just in case. Advantage. Ooh, nat 20.
Yeah. That's my girl.
So that is 31 damage. First hit was 12 damage. And you see, like, so within 12 seconds, you've heard 4 shots ring off and have just torn chunks and pieces of this thing off of it. And then Xana is going to move again. 5, 10, 25, 30. All right, Hermia's turn. All right. Fuck, I don't know how to play Warlock. What's the thing that you put on to do the extra damage?
Eldritch Blast.
Hexblade's Curse, I think.
Hexblade's
Oh,
Curse.
Hexblade's
Is
Curse.
that the spell or is that the ability?
That is an
Ability.
ability. That's a bonus action ability.
Okay, so she's going to
She
use
can do
her
it once per
bonus
short rest.
action ability. There it is, Hexblade's Curse.
Yep.
To put it onto this. No, put it on this thing, because Lester let out a really, really sad sound, and Hermia's
Yep.
like, we don't hit animals!
Yep. So she can add her charisma in damage
Into the
onto her
damage. Yep,
attacks.
and she gets advantage. Oh,
She also crits on a 19.
I know. She rolled an 18.
Ah. Warlock's least favorite number.
So that will hit. And at 12, 5 is 19, and it does. Is this one that lets her do an additional 1d6?
No,
or
that's the hex spell.
Okay. She deals 19 damage. First attack. And then swings and hits a 2 on the second one. Oh, wait, hold on. It also does... It's the necrotic damage that Foamir does.
Yep.
Foamir does extra damage, doesn't he? Necrotic damage?
Does he?
I don't
Hold on.
know.
You are resistant to... Oh, no, never mind. He does not.
Probably not anymore because he lost his Chad power.
I mean, he can make it...
It's not.
He can make it necrotic or radiant after a long rest, but I thought it just did additional damage all the time. Okay, cool. So, yep, that's her bonus action. She's not going to use her movement because she doesn't want something to swing at her. She's about to call for Roz as she looks over her shoulder and sees that Roz is dealing with 2 bigger things, so she thinks, no, I can't complain about there being 2 of these right now. They're small ones. I can do this. Corey, your turn.
He would.
I'm
Does she
going
get 2 attacks?
to. Oh,
Oh, sorry. I just thought Hermia got 2 attacks, but maybe I'm wrong.
She did. She missed her second one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, Corey. Sorry. That was my bad.
You good?
Corey is going to start casting a spell, and on their hip is hanging this ruby encrusted vial that they purchased with party money, and 2 spectral horns of flames begin to erupt from their forehead, and I'm going to cast summon fiend. Yep, friend. I'm gonna say summon friend. And I'm going to position it somewhere here, and it is a large creature.
Is it just a
What?
giant crying one?
Yeah, what is it exactly?
So this is I'm doing the devil fiendish spirit,
Okay.
and this one, yeah, this one looks like Gil, but with flaming horns.
Oh. Gil with flaming horns. So I don't have a flaming horn Gil, so this will have to do. How big did you say it is? Large creature?
Large.
And you're putting it where?
Over here.
Here. Okay. How much
And
HP
then-
does it have?
1,000,000. No. The devil. 40 plus. Just 40.
40.
40 HP.
Okay. And you should be able to control this.
I'm just gonna move it down there.
Yep.
And then it's going to hurl flame at the one that ate my best friend.
Yep. Go ahead and make your attack.
So this is three attacks. FYI.
Oof.
3 attacks.
So
Is that legal?
it's legal. Oh lord, yes. Oh,
It's
this
only
is,
big enough to have 2 attacks, I thought.
Yeah, seriously.
But it's a level 6, so it's rounded down. Or yeah. So 23 to hit, 26 to hit, and another 26 to hit.
Yeah, all those hit.
Okay, I'm not going to roll those d6s because that's too much. Okay, so that's 18 plus. Sorry, all. So that's 18 plus 12, which is 30.
Yep.
plus. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Take your time.
What is 6? So that's 48 points of fire damage.
Oof. Don't forget to draw your cards, please. That was a spell, right?
Yeah, it was a freaking spell. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. All right.
Fireball. Fireball.
I mean, honestly, a fireball wouldn't be the worst thing. It would just hurt Zealous.
Okay. Okay. This is
Yes.
6 cards now,
I tease.
and no jokers. Wow.
All right. Anything else that you'd like to do? You still have bonus action and movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna move over here towards Maeve. And then I'm going to I'll throw a card at the dude.
Yep, go for it.
Okay.
Do you say that Zealous got eaten by that thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
She's like, what?
Just comes over crying.
Really? Okay. Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Okay. Rosalind, it is your turn then.
All right. Roz is gonna attempt to taunt the bear over here.
Honey, you
With-
got
with
two
an ab-
on you already.
With an ability, or you just want to try and like
No,
get its
no, no.
attention?
She's gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing?
You'll see.
God,
I have plans.
you terrify me sometimes.
I have plans. 23 to hit,
Yep, that'll hit.
13 to hit,
Does not hit.
16 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. So we're gonna
Wait,
do
I lied.
two-
The 13 does hit.
Oh, okay, great. We're gonna do 3d10 plus 15 then. 42 damage to the bear.
Oh, fuck.
That's not how Rosalind. All right,
Oh, right.
and these are like 3 direct hits that blow through this thing's like plant life, plant matter body. Like you see holes clear through it, and sure enough, you have its attention.
And then for the first time, using the awakened form of Radiant Sister, she is going to use her Dark Reflection. As her eyes glow red and 2 kind of almost ethereal, see-through bat wings extend out of her back in red. While she has 2 or more enemies adjacent to her, they all suffer -2 penalties to their attack rolls against her.
Okay, so that -2 against you when they attack you.
For 1 minute, if you are adjacent to 2 or more enemies, they all suffer a -2 penalty to their attack rolls. So
Perfect.
not even if it's just against me, anyone.
Right. Anything else?
That's my action and bonus action.
All right. Woodwode's turn. Hermia fucked that one up, so it's going to try and swing on her. And miss. And miss. The
Mr. Luster.
other one, hearing Leo come up behind it, is going to No, you know what? Hold on. First of all, it gets that back. Hwah! Eh. Leo, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 25.
You notice that this one, like where Hermia had cut through it, it's starting to stitch itself back together.
Oh, fuck.
All right, we need fire damage, everybody.
And this
Big
one,
self-heal.
hearing you come up behind it, is going to whip around and see you and attempt to smack you with its club. Damn. Does a 16 hit?
That actually misses.
Yeah, well, they all miss then. All of his attacks miss. Yeah, cool, great. Zealous. I got some good news for you.
No,
What's
no.
that?
You're not going to take all this damage because your artifact makes you resistant to poison damage.
Okay.
Your vestige of divergence, is that right?
Correct.
So you would take 14 poison damage, but I think you get to half it to 7.
Okay.
I mean, double check. Don't just take my word for it. Wild Mother's Heart awakened. Let's see, you have advantage. Action. Oh wait, maybe not.
I also think Warforged.
Oh
have
yeah.
advantage
Are
against poison
resistant to poison damage. Well, they are normally they have advantage against poison saving throws, as in the condition. But I don't think you're resistant to the poison damage, are you?
No, they are.
I am.
Warforged
Yeah.
are, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
okay.
4-star.
Well, you just take the 7 like you normally would then.
7.
Yep.
Okay. In any case, Leaf doesn't think, or excuse me, Zealous doesn't think that being eaten by a grass bear is a really good thing. So it's going to, for the first time ever, use Blight for its intended action and is going to completely melt this bear.
Roll with advantage. You're inside of it.
All right, so it makes a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay. So I will just have it make it at
With
disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Yeah, because it's a plant.
All
I
right.
assume.
Well, that's a 1.
Oh God.
Gonna be a bad day for this bear.
64 damage.
All right. So, those of you who are close enough to see, watch as this bear, which is already missing chunks of itself from Corey's devilish spirit, you see this Leaf, this zealous hand, like reach up out of it and just kind of like pat the top of its head, and then it just wilts away and turns into like black mulch until it's withering away to nothing on the ground.
Nice work. Oh, I'm so glad that spell was useful.
Yeah,
I was never able to find a use for it in my druid.
I know.
I mean,
right?
Blight is great even if it's not a plant, if you get it to hit. but
If it is a plant, then it's just
it's
like
super great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup. Sure is.
Okay, and now we got well, Luster's dying, so I should fix that.
That's kind of you. You don't have to. That's kind of you.
But I
Oh
can't
wait,
do
you
that
can't
this turn.
do that. Yep, you can.
Can't do that this turn. So this turn, I shall turn into the starry form of the archer, and
You can immediately make an attack.
yeah. Do I want to make an attack with disadvantage though? I shall take 1 step back, provoking an attack from this thing.
Dirty 20.
Oh,
Is that hit?
fine. Yeah, it hits. Just bare. Yeah, just barely.
Just barely.
I mean, I have 19. 19
You
AC.
take 11 piercing damage.
Ow. Curse myself. Starry form archer, shoot it.
Shoot it away.
28, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
All right. 14 points of Radiante damage.
Yeah, and with your radiant arrow shooting out of the star on your chest and piercing through this thing's head, it's up on its hind legs and it just keeps on falling backwards and crumbles into whatever plant-based matter it was formed from.
Ow.
I am
mean,
the one
That was the one that
That's the one
Xana
who leaves.
that crit.
Thank you.
Get it?
So,
Yes.
All done, Zealous?
Well, let's see. Xana's down there. People are over there. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Move to right there.
got it. The
Sure, why not?
Shambling Mound's turn. It's going to try and shamble around here to make sure Rosalind can't escape, and it is going to take its 2 slam attacks against you.
-2 to each roll.
That will cancel out the flanking that it has.
Yep.
All right, well, a 14 is going to miss.
Yes.
Does a 24 hit?
Roz will cast Shield, and with a packed spell slot, and no, it does not.
Cool. All right, then. End of Shambling Mound's turn. Maeve, back around to you.
Cool. She would like to get on top of this stump.
Yep, easy enough to do.
Cool.
You hop on up there.
And she's gonna strike at this bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
$23 hit.
That'll hit.
Do you mind if I make my second attack?
Go
just
for
to
it.
do all the damage roll? Thank
Yep.
you, I appreciate it.
At 20.
Okay, well. That is very kind of you to do that because now I know where I'm going to put all my damage in.
When I slammed for 42, so you're
Oh,
probably
cool.
going to melt him.
All right, I will. Can I do the natural 20 first because there's a lot of damage add-on, or would you not like
If you'd
me
like
to?
to, go for it.
That is, thank you, appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to be adding favored foe. Sorry, it's going to take a second.
Do your math. Math time.
Thank you. Favorite.
The worst part about D&D.
Yeah.
But also the best.
Rangers take a minute sometimes to set up our thing. So 2d8 plus 2d6, and I'm going to have
We need
luster.
to invest into a D&D accountant to do all our rolls for us.
It's called D&D Beyond. It'll do all your rolls for you if you want it to.
You're going to do... So you'll be doing 2d6 lightning damage. And then... Okay, I think that's it, because it's favored foe, luster, and my thing. So I think that's it, and then plus 10 to that. So the crit is going to... Wow, that's a shitty roll. It's going to do 26 damage.
Okay.
Wow.
That
that's-
is the exact amount of HP that he had.
Okay.
How about that?
Yep. So
I-
you put a lightning-infused arrow perfectly through one eye and out the other, and it collapses to the ground, and all of that plant life just kind of like spews out as the life, that whatever life was holding it together, unravels.
I assume because it would be cheating that I cannot therefore use the 23 on something else because I rolled it second, so I will just call it a wash. But
You can use it on
You
the
sure?
Shambling Mound if you want to, sure.
that's very kind of you. I will do it. I'm actually going to do it on this guy, if that's okay.
Which one? Sorry?
Sorry, the one that's cursed right now.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Appreciate it. And it's just going to be doing this much damage. 18.
Damage.
And turn's not done. I still got luster. So I haven't used my bonus action yet.
So, and that was just 18 piercing damage, right?
Yeah, I can't add anything else to it, unfortunately. Actually, wait, no, I can do favorite foe again. Because the other thing died. So let's add another 1d6. Because I can. 6 damage extra, so 24.
You got it. Okay.
Let me get rid of that. Okay.
And Luster's turn.
Luster's turn. Can you do me a favor and tell me what a 30-foot cone would look like going south? Can I avoid Roz?
A 30-foot cone
From Luster going down towards this way?
Yes. If you just wanted to hit that thing, you could.
Okay. We're going to use a new ability for funsies. I was kind of hoping to get...
That's a 30-foot cone, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay. Appreciate. How did you do that?
So go into the measurement tool.
Uh-huh.
And then
cone.
you can change line to square, circle,
very
cone,
cool.
beam. Cool.
Got it. Okay. Man, I really want to hit both of them, but you're going to get hit too. And so...
Whatever. Do it.
Are you sure?
She's got the HP.
All right.
It's me.
You see,
Yeah.
You see
Okay.
Luster like winding up a breath attack, but he looks nervous, and you're like, "Do it, Luster! I can take it."
Yeah. Okay. Everyone, including you, Roz, needs to make a dex saving throw.
15.
You make it
All right. Like a badass.
like a badass.
Like a boss.
16 for the bear and 4 for the shambling mound.
Okay, Shambling Mound fails. I get to choose the element. It does not need to match him, and I will choose fire.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. Do you just want me to roll the 8? I just rolled the 8d6 once, right? For everybody. I don't roll.
Yeah.
Each person.
Yeah.
Correct. You roll for one. You roll one time and apply it to everybody.
All right, 8d6 is going off, and yeah,
Half damage on a.
half damage
success.
on a resist. Yeah,
So,
and it's fire damage if that.
It does
Matters.
matter, and I just want you to know, as dumb as it is, the shambling mound is resistant to cold and fire.
What?
What?
Well, that's
Yep.
really frustrating. Okay. That's
It's because while they do have plant on top of them, they're actually earth constructs.
Actually, had told me.
That would have been metagaming.
I know. I just feel stupid now. I was
Hey,
really
all
hoping
that says
for
is
something
large plant, so. All right,
annoying.
end of your turn,
Okay.
Maeve.
cool. Yeah, I feel less cool about it though.
All right.
You killed a lot.
Graf's
good, that's good.
turn. Bite attack first, Roslyn.
-2 and +2 for flanking.
So that is 22 to hit.
Misses.
It's a shield, and then swamp bite or swamp claw also misses.
Swamp
Roll.
thing.
Leo, your turn.
I'm just gonna kidney. Well, he turned towards me. I'm just gonna stab him a couple times.
Yep. Go ahead, stab away.
14 plus 9 plus 2 to hit.
That will hit.
Dope. And I get sneak attack because I'm flanking.
Correct.
So sneak attack damage because we're up
Fuck
to
yeah.
66 now.
Oh yeah. Fucking love rogues.
Dagger damage plus 5. So 11, 33. And I'm going to offhand him if he's not dead.
Oh, he's not. You dealt a pretty hefty chunk there, but like where you're stabbing, which is like, all right, they're humanoid, so like I'll, stab where a vital organ is, and you pull like a chunk of it out, but you just see that there's just more wood in there.
All right, does a 19 plus 9 hit?
It does.
Okay.
I'd hope so.
Just gonna roll it in here. 2 plus 5, 7 more damage on top of that.
7 more damage. You got it.
And I'm gonna move Leo, so I'm helping Luster out with this other dude
All right.
as well.
So luckily you made this thing look like Gil with horns, and Xana has seen Gil with horns, so she weirdly steps around it
Accepts it.
to here, and she'll take 2 shots at the... Nope, just use her first attack to reload, and then she'll take her second one at the shambling mound. Pew! 19 will hit. Not for a lot, though. 6 damage. Plomp. Hermia's turn. She'll swing again on the one that has her hex thing on it.
Uh-huh.
Why does she only have +8 to hit on Foami? That doesn't seem right.
That can't be
That
right. It
can't
is
be
not
right.
her hex weapon, or it's not her pack.
Are you sure she has like the updated weapon?
Yeah, I wonder if she has the thing that's supposed to... I'll figure it out.
Click the
another time.
weapon and make sure it's clicked as hex weapon.
Yeah.
But packed weapon. Okay, there. Now it's proper. Okay,
There
so
you go.
she must have added the new weapon, then forgot to do that. Okay.
Yep.
And that is... I think
There is no way a hexblade is attacking on a lower to hit than I am.
Yeah. She unfortunately misses. No, wait. She gets +3 to it, which is just enough to hit. Another 18 points of damage. Her second attack will also hit. For 15. Corey, back around to you.
Did you add her D6 onto those attacks?
The D6 is for when you use Hex. She's using Hexblade's Curse, which gives
Oh, I'm
you
fucking stupid.
which gives you
Yeah.
charisma on it.
As a warlock, I would probably say she'd probably pump an Eldritch Smite into one of these to try and get one of these enemies down, especially her target, her Hexblade's Curse target.
You guys are doing fine.
Okay. Fair enough. I was just putting it out there.
If she'd have crit, I would have.
Definitely, if she crits.
Corey's going to.
I'm really upset that more of you didn't get engulfed, okay? I've been rolling so shitty.
I got
Yeah, and then you blighted it to death.
Yeah, but that was really cool.
It was.
Listen, Zealous is a spicy meal.
spicy meatball.
It was supposed to be a hard encounter.
Corey is going to communicate to Devilish Gill.
Yep.
And be like, insert cool catchphrase here, and then we're both gonna just fling attacks
At that one?
this mound.
Yep, go for it.
So this is 6 attacks total.
Jesus.
6, damn. Holy fuck.
Okay, 23, 24.
Yep.
28 and 14.
14 misses.
Okay.
3 attack.
And then 17 and 16.
So, yep, so 5 of them hit.
5 of them hit. Oh god.
I'm giving you guys
We'll
a dragon to
say-
fight next time.
I'm gonna say Gil misses. That one.
I love that.
I'm
That's
like,
so
come
fucking
on, Gil, it's like this. Let's come on. God. And then
From inside your carpet, it's like, that's not even me. You just made it look like me.
but it's like you're kind of here with me, right?
I'm
Yeah.
always here with you. This is all my magic, by the way. All the
It's
hits
like
are
you're
my
part of the
hits.
fun. Okay, all right.
That's not how Warlock works.
Okay, I'll do this way. 12 plus 7 isn't. Oh god. 19
Okay.
plus 7, or no, plus 12. 31. I think my math.
Just let me know what each
31.
one rolls. I'm putting them in one at a time.
Okay, so that's 31 force damage.
Yep.
And then for the dude. Oh my gosh. Only 2 hits. Okay. That sucked. 18 plus. Six. 14 plus 12. 26 fire damage.
Got it. All right. He's not looking great. Both him and the Groff are
No.
pretty.
Okay.
They're not looking good. They still
Would you
got
say
a
they are over-bloodied.
bit of fight in them, but not looking great.
I'm going to throw one more card.
Go for it. And then
Come
Rosalind,
on, man.
you'll be up.
That's the one.
Man.
All right. Roz will use another packed spell slot to cast Shield of Faith on herself.
Okay.
She is Shield of Faith. And then she is going to attack the bear.
Mhm.
The bear.
Bears.
That's right.
Beware the bears.
23 to hit.
23 will hit.
Oh, well, so many dice, and I don't understand why. So that's going to be 10 plus 4, 14 damage on the bear.
Hmm.
And then she'll attack again.
It's because it's a versatile sword, so it's rolling both
Yeah.
the one-hand and two-handed.
Got it.
Which is really
26
annoying.
also hits.
2d8 plus 9. 15 more damage.
Got it. Claw.
Which I can't stand, because sometimes the one other number is higher, and I'm like, damn it, don't tell me the odds.
Yeah, I didn't want to know about that.
Yeah, same.
That's all for me.
All right, the Woodwode's turn. And we'll continue to attack Hermia because it's mad,
Super mad.
and it's gonna miss that attack
mad.
with a 2 and a 7. Doesn't understand why it can't hit her. Ooh, it's an 18 hit. Oh, it just barely hits. Haha. So it finally gets a club attack through for. For 15 damage.
I don't know why I was checking to make sure I could hit arrows on those enemies. I have a longbow.
Okay, this is the first
You're
time Hermia has
fine.
been
Fine.
hit, so I don't know why she.
I can shoot farther than all y'all, as we discovered with the pirate ship.
All right. And then the second one will attack Leo. That's a natural 20, Leo.
I'm sorry, Leo.
And a 21 to hit. Leo?
If I use my bracers, that's +3. Yeah, that still hits, even if I do that. So
All right.
they both hit.
All right, so we're just going to do it here because I don't have this many d4s. So that would be 12 d4 plus 8. Both attacks in one. Well, no, because you might want to use
Evade.
Uncanny
Um,
Dodge.
okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
can I
okay,
use my
that's
reaction to have the fucking...
Yep, so we'll do 8
Natural 20.
Yeah,
plus 4. So you take 11 force damage. And then another 13 force damage. And Zealous
Totally
is
forgot about that.
your turn.
Never forget it. It's your best friend.
Zealous, your turn.
Yes, thinking. I should have did a thing, but I was too slow, so I cried.
Oh, don't cry. It's okay.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna do what I do best. Start of my turn. My starry form shifts into Chalice of Healing form. And I'm going to bonus action give the word of that's that cone. Word of life to Luster. So that's, let's see if I remember how to do this. 1d4 plus 5 plus a 2d8 plus 5 plus a d4. Does that sound right? 31 points of healing.
Oh, he happy about that. He do a little skip around. He
That's
looks
a
at you.
healing word.
Well, it's because of the
Yes.
chalice form.
Plus
Which
a chalice.
Chalice basically is a free
Holy
cure
shit.
wounds. Yeah, Chalice is basically a free first level cure wounds. It is everyone's nightmare. Just ask Callie.
Yeah.
And she made the mistake of letting me have the sorcerer twin spell thing, and so I did 2 heals.
Ooh, that sounds
Yeah.
good. I should
Oh,
do
it was
that.
great. It was amazing.
Oh, I didn't just give her a sorcerer twin spell. I gave her a literal ability that let her, when she cast a spell, she could duplicate it and cast it again.
Yeah. I was
That
everybody's
sounds
best
fun.
friend.
Yeah, I fucked up.
And now we're going to go. This is just going to kind of like crick its neck a little bit and fall down on its hands and knees and run up towards this thing and use primal savagery at will and turn its hands into claws and attack it in melee.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah! 23 to hit.
That hits.
Fuck yeah.
Rawr! 20 points of acidic damage.
What? Oh, 3d10. Holy fucker.
Look, you get higher levels, cantrips ain't no joke.
Yeah, that's
Remember that
true.
time that Leo's firebolt hit for more than what Rosalind's smites do sometime?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Never forget. All done, Zealous?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Shambling Mound's turn. Rosalind.
I
I like how we're making like a little pyramid up here.
Yeah, I know, right? It's very aesthetically pleasing.
All right, let's get to shambling.
Shamble. All right, I'm paying attention this time.
Maeve, it's your turn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But you said it was a Shambler Mound's turn.
Yeah,
it was.
It was.
not anymore.
Not anymore. I would
Well.
like to aim at the shambling mound.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, was it stunned or something?
No, it missed
No,
both
it
of its
missed.
attacks.
20 hit.
Yep, 20 hits.
All right. I'm gonna do the second attack if that's okay.
Natural 20.
Not necessarily.
Oh,
No, not
I
one.
jinxed it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, I could re-roll it, but that's fine. I'll just let it go.
Just have
first-
it shoot me, Robbie. Come on. You know you want to.
No, it's fine.
Don't do-
Go ahead,
don't
roll
do
your
that to him.
damage.
Yep. Okay. Use favorite foe twice. I'm gonna wait. I'll just add Luster's lightning breath to this. Sorry. Okay. Boop, and then plus boop.
All right.
So 20 damage.
So you're gonna love this. While it halves cold and fire damage, it absorbs lightning for some reason. So he
Oh, I
heals
hate
for
this.
3 HP.
Fuck. All right. Maeve's very upset. She doesn't like this thing.
All right.
She's- I still have a bonus action.
Yep, go for it.
Robbie's just making shit up now.
No,
just to
I'm
fuck
not.
with
Go
me.
look up the fucking shambling mound. Oh,
I'm
sorry.
so mad.
Sorry.
Oh,
Damage immunity. So you're right. Sorry, it doesn't absorb it.
Okay. I was gonna
You see? You
say-
see?
I was super confused. I was like, this is 3.5?
I don't think there's anything that absorbs
Yeah,
for
that's-
elemental.
Wait,
I'm
yeah,
so
hold on. No.
shocked.
No, yeah. So it says damage immunity's lightning, but then it has an ability called lightning absorption. Whenever the shambling mound is subjected to lightning damage, it takes no damage and regains a number of hit points. So it
Oh,
does.
Fuck
I knew I
that.
wasn't making that up.
Fuck, what is this 3.5
Yeah,
bullshit?
it's only 3 damage.
Yeah, but still my fault. All right.
Bonus
Luster's
action.
turn.
Yep.
Fuck, Luster's not gonna attack that thing, so he's gonna attack.
Smells like ozone.
He's gonna attack this thing. He's gonna attack this guy. He's gonna try to bite him.
Bite attack.
Does he get what does he get with the flanking?
He gets
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Plus 3. Okay. So add plus 3 to this. Oh fuck. 14.
14.
14 misses.
And misses. Fuck.
All right, well, look, I already rolled my Groff attacks on Rosalind, and both of them missed. And we're not going to go through an entire round just for y'all to clean these up. Obviously, our heroes are more than well equipped to deal with the monsters in the Pallid Grove when the DM can't roll above a 15, apparently. Or in most cases, a 10. So, well, surprised, you were able to all keep it together and defeat those
Go us.
that came for you. Hopefully, this puts you in a confident position that you can deal with whatever else it is that has came out of the portal and is now infesting the Pallid Grove. And we'll
Yeah, I'm
learn a
about
little
to
bit
change
more.
my elemental type.
We'll learn a little bit more about those potential threats next week.